Okay, today I'm going to do what I call an urban cyclocross training session. It basically consists of riding around the suburbs of Wellington, going up all the hills, stomping my way up them, and doing as many hills as I can, and also doing a bit of technical stuff here and there. So let's see how this goes. Depends on how I feel. Here's one of my first stomps up here, or my second stomp. Quite a steep hill going up Derrenport all the way to the top. Hi there.
Hey, mate.
You got the right idea there.
Yeah.
Have a good day. This hill coming up here is quite a hard one to stomp all the way. I get a bit of a downhill break here, which will be welcome. More uphill. Fantastic views of the city, Lyle Bay, airport region. So I'm about to enter a downhill zigzag path. It's probably the longest one in Wellington of its kind. Very good practice for sharp cornering on a downhill. You've got to be very careful because it's wet and slippery, so very careful indeed, but really good practice. At bike control, braking, very smooth braking, and cornering, must not skid, absolutely not skid doing this. And the pavement is mossy and damp, so this goes on and on. Forever practicing on polishing, refining my biking skills. going right down to Lyell Bay. So we're in Lyell Bay. Never assuming I've got the right of way. There's no point in being a self-righteous dead cyclist. So constantly on the lookout for hazards, especially at intersections, roundabouts, that kind of thing. And watching out for cars pulling out, people opening doors, that kind of thing. Heading round past the airport before they then begin the next big climb. But now a bit of a push into a headwind. So under the airport and out the other side. Past the sewage treatment plant. So heading round the bays, and very shortly I'll cut and land and do a big climb up past the Ataturk World War I memorial. This is a disused road, now walking track, very popular for walkers and popular for me for doing a to the top hill climb stomp. I'll be feeling it by the time I get to the top of this. Hey. All clear. Another big climb coming up here. I'll stomp all the way. Great workout for the back muscles doing this. Needless to say, hard work on the legs. This goes on and on. So more uphill. I'm going up over Seatoon, bit of a flash suburb. Not stomping this one. I'll stomp the others coming up shortly. Plenty of houses for sale along here. A sign of the times. Hard times. Got to be careful down here on these thin tyres, no suspension. All good skills practice. Very good skills practice. Slippery roots. But no problem. It's very wet under here and slushy. Bit of downhill, but got to be careful. These wet roots are treacherous. So the idea is to practice pumping without using any pedalling. Hiya. Very good practice of a very important skill, being able to get the bike to move efficiently underneath. I'd go clockwise and anti-clockwise, but at the moment I'll just follow the skateboarder and don't go the opposite. So it's anti-clockwise for now. So heading around past the airport again on the other side, and heading towards Evans Bay and up over Mount Victoria. So this cycleway along here is one of the far better ones than some of the harebrained ones in other places. Great to see all those young women and boys out paddling their surf skis. Great to see. Can't beat Wellington. This is a 20-degree incline. So I'm now working my way up to the peak of Mount Victoria, and then we'll head down towards Oriental Bay. This is a long climb. Almost at the top. Got a wee way, but most of it's done. what's been sustaining me, excuse me, on this rather intense ride is my metabolic energizer performance and recovery formula, which I'll have on the market very soon. Give me a couple of months. Low sugar but high in performance. Hey, more about my energizer soon. Heading back down to the city centre, Courtney Place. It's been a nice interlude before the next big hills. So this is probably the most expensive length of cycleway in Wellington, and I think it's quite unnecessary. It's a very wide street, this one, and all they needed to do is paint a couple of white lines on either side of the road for the cyclists, and they could have retained all the car parking which these surrounding businesses need. The car parking is vital for them, and it's not the widest of cycleways, it's two-way, so when you're riding along here you've got to be very careful of oncoming cyclists, but also people stepping out of their cars and not thinking of looking both ways. So I just think this has been a complete and utter waste of money, and it's my money and your money that's being wasted on this stuff. So I decided to do these steps, the most steps, continuous steps in Wellington, possibly in the country. I'd say about 1,000 of them. If I'm ever called to climb Mount Everest, I'm ready at the drop of a hat. I'm taking 2 at a time the whole way up here. With the extra weight of the bicycle, it makes for a really good test of strength, stamina and stability. And on it goes. Well, those stairs really steamed my glasses up. I've been going for 2 hours and 10 minutes of urban cyclocross. I've still got a way to go yet to get home, and it's starting to get a bit dark, but I should be okay. So my fitness, I can say, is excellent, and a good preparation for the New Zealand Cyclocross Championships coming up in a couple of months. So I've made it to the summit of the Candela Hills, and now we've got quite a bit of downhill, but still quite a bit of climbing to do. And one thing about living in Brooklyn is Brooklyn is on the top of a hill, so there's never any such thing as an easy finish. Yet another hill to climb. Just heading towards the Corey Sanctuary. One thing about Wellington is there's no shortage of hills to climb. I haven't got too far to go. I've just got the Brooklyn Hill to go up next, and then we'll be finished, and it's going to be close to 3 hours riding, 2.5, 3 hours by the time I finish. This has to be one of my best tempo rides, urban cyclocross training sessions ever. I can tell by the relative ease or relative effort of many of the hills I've gone up, steps, that kind of thing, and how hard these things typically are. I've done these many times over the years, so I'm stoked, absolutely delighted. I'm doing something right. So we're going down Arrow Valley. See on the right the cycleway that is seldom used. All we needed was them to paint a line, a white line on either side. That would have done me alright, and keep all the car parking for the residents and for a thriving city. Not far to go now to home, and we'll be close to 2:45, 3 hours, and I'm going to stomp the whole way back to our home up Brooklyn Hill. A very good test of stamina. Oh, I've made it. Home, sweet home. I think I've earned a good beer. Maybe two. Here we go. One of my best rides ever, I'd say. Made it, and I'm not going to fall off my bike. How's that? Oh, woohoo! Made it.